Hey, what's going on YouTube? This is Dark Ruler 1030 here, also known as William Sosa. I know like a couple days ago, I was pretty much in a bad spot, up all night talking about, what really bothered me. I felt like ever since I did that video, even though it's been such a short time, that I felt like it's kind of helped me a lot. It's kind of helped me close some chapters. However, it's really difficult to talk about it to something. I don't know if anybody ever had an issue where you had an issue with somebody in particular and you would like to say everything that you want to that person and not just tell the whole world first, because that's kind of a dick move, which is what I kind of did. um, but I felt like, to be perfectly honest, I just needed to let it out. I know that my YouTube, I'm not no Shane Dawson, I'm not no Niga Higa, I'm not no huge YouTube sensation. So unfortunately, I mean, it's not. I don't think it's gonna go viral. So I'm good with that. Um, but I'm feeling much better now. I feel actually a lot better. Not to the point where I feel like I'm still comfortable. I still have issues with communication. I have a shit ton of issues with communication. I honestly don't know how to really communicate with people. I'm just starting. I think I'm doing a pretty good job right now. I kind of fucked up with my last friends, so this time I'm making sure that I don't do that again. So I'm trying to be a little bit more of an open book and, try to take a little bit more of advice from people and just learn to trust other people sometimes. Sometimes, like me, I always thought I could do everything by myself and that I can do. Well, I just figured that the best disguise for a fool is a closed mouth, and that's what I always saw in myself. That I was just a big old fool, and talking would just only make me sound foolish. So I didn't want to do that. So I just decided, hush, hush, be quiet, and just keep your problems to yourself because you'll only regret it later. No, honestly, I feel now that it's out of my system that maybe I should have just let it out a lot sooner, all my issues and all my problems. Um, I was talking to um, somebody really close to me, where this whole fiasco thing started, where I feel the need that I was just driving myself crazy, holding this whole entire thing inside me. I just couldn't let it go. So I felt like now I needed to let it go. I couldn't just sit there anymore and just be like, I, I just couldn't. I couldn't do that anymore. I couldn't just keep it to myself. I needed to tell somebody. I felt like this person shared something a little personal with me, so I felt that the need to do the same. I just don't know. In my heart of hearts, I just wish that and I hope that I get better in time. Obviously, it does. In order for you to start a big ass journey, you need to take a single step. And I felt like that's what I really need to do, is to start doing stuff. I know the steps. I know the steps. That's not the hard part. The hard part is getting started. Um, I have to plan myself. I can't just go out and do something. It does take time. It takes a lot of mental focus and a lot of mental energy, a lot of support, things like that. I know it's easier said than done. It really is. It's really easier said than done. Just fucking go outside. No, it's really not that easy. It is that easy, but it's not that easy mentally, because your mind blocks you from doing certain things. So, I feel as though that I wanted to be more open with people. I really did. I just didn't want to sound like, I guess I was ashamed because since I shared my life the first time, I didn't want to come back around the second time to say, oh shit, I fucked up and I messed up in a big way, and I didn't want to do that again. Now I have to be honest. I cannot just do this. Like I said, I have communication problems now. I feel like in this relationship, as much love as I have for my partner, it's difficult. There's times where you just wish that you could talk more. There are times that you just wish that, you can get everything out of your chest. But I feel as though that our relationship is not at that level. It never was. And that is a problem, and that is an issue that I have. I need to be able to learn to speak and not be afraid. If I become afraid of talking, I need just to, basically, I just need a backup plan, a just in case plan, so that way that I don't completely fuck up. If things come to the worst, I am mentally and emotionally, I think that's the same thing. I'm physically and mentally prepared for this journey that I have to take. I feel like maybe doing a video will help, kind of help me kind of get my thoughts out there, things that I forget to tell people throughout the day, and then they'll just be out there. A lot of people are not really crazy about the idea of me posting up my attitudes and stuff on YouTube, but honestly, I have to. It's ridiculous. Even if the person or the people that I speak about in question do watch this video or watch any videos that I post up at this point, which I don't think they are, but if they do, I don't, honestly, in a way, it's a bad thing and it's a good thing, but I don't know. In that situation, I just cross that bridge when I come to it, and I don't know. Sometimes it's better. It's better to just let it out. And if I could let it out in a certain way, this is probably the best way that I can possibly do it, to be perfectly honest. Life has been easy, and it's been very difficult for me. Mentally, life has been destroying me. A constant reminder of my failures in life really fucking destroy me a lot, and that's what the result of that other video that I posted the other day was. And it fucking hurts. It fucking hurts to be reminded constantly that you're failing at life. And it does, and I get scared, and I don't know how to deal with it. I don't know what I should do. I don't know how to move on. I just need to find a way to progress forward. And I feel as though I didn't progress forward. I felt more like I just stood still. Like I was moving forward. I took an initial step to move forward, but I just halted. I became too comfortable in my position that I wasn't constantly always, I wasn't always in a position where, I was always dependent upon people. Always was dependent upon people, And then there was a time where I had my own job. And even though I complained about it at all times, the money that I was making was my money. And I couldn't choose to spend it however I want. However, I wasn't living on my own. I was living with somebody. My mother, my sister. I was always living with somebody. So therefore, I was independent, but yet I was still dependent on somebody because I just wasn't independent. People say to me, like my mother, my grandmother, people around me always say, well, why don't you go back to school? Because in order for you to get a good job where you can support yourself, you got to go to school. You got to go to school. You got to do this. You got to do that. The thing is that in order for me to go to school, one, school just got super expensive. It's ridiculous. I will be in debt for the rest of my life. Sure, if I do graduate, I'm not guaranteed the job that I want to get. It doesn't matter. If I wanted to go into computers, am I guaranteed that job? No. Just because I have a bachelor's degree or something in that, eventually that becomes a small thing. Bachelor's degree will become an associate's degree. An associate's degree will become a high school diploma. High school diploma would would be nothing. Literally, college is difficult. It's difficult, and you have to literally pick a job where you're guaranteed a field. But however, those jobs like nursing, being a doctor, a lawyer, a police officer, a firefighter, things like that, that's not me. That's not me. So then people say, well, Will, why don't you join the military? And I'm like, that's funny. Me in the military, I'm a little bitch when it comes to that. If people are yelling at me, I don't handle it well. And I don't think that even if I'm going to the army, constantly being yelled at, telling I have to do push-ups or doing all this stuff like that, I personally don't think I can handle that. I don't think mentally I can handle that. I would be like afraid at the moment that I get like, I just feel like I will not pass basic training. And I know that once you pass basic training, as long as there's no war going on or any issues like that, pretty much the military's cakewalk. They pay for your schooling, so you're basically killing two birds with one stone. But personally, I just don't think I can personally do that. I think I would be completely destroyed. I was never. I'm too sensitive for the army. Let's just say that I'm too sensitive for the army. I can't go to the army. So what options does that leave me with? What kind of job can I get where I can financially secure myself? Well, my answers are the lottery, win the lottery. That's a definite popular choice, but come on, the chances of me winning the lottery is like 258 million to whatever. It's ridiculous. And the chances that I may have to share that money with somebody, and the chances of the taxes and how to manage money, which I never know how to do. So it's difficult. It's very difficult. The fact that all that stuff, it comes with difficulty and sadness and lots of confusion. Another choice pretty much is if I keep doing YouTube to the point where I get famous or yada yada yada, I become a big YouTube channel and everybody likes and thumbs up and I become this big YouTube partner and yada yada yada. That would be something great that I would love to do. However, I don't know if I have the motivation to do it. Even though if I look at it as a job, I think I would have the motivation to do it. I would edit my things. I would do all the stuff that I need to do to be progressive. However, I don't have the friends I just don't have the actual friends and things like that to kind of make my channel interesting. So I don't really know what to do in that department. However, there are multiple things that I just wish that I could, get past. People say don't live on what ifs. I have a friend who tells me stop doing what ifs. Don't live on what ifs. Live on trying. Live on doing. And I get that. I get that I get that perspective. I see that thing. But like I said, it's easier said than done. It's just I know people have their own shit. They had their own problems. Another reason why I never talked to anybody was because they had their own issues. And why make their lives worse by just throwing mine in the towel? However, I feel as though that I've been kind of being an annoyance to people because I need to let what I kept in for so long out. And it's kind of a lot of thoughts and emotions that are just coming out. And it's ridiculous. Well, next week is Christmas on Wednesday. I don't know what I'm planning on doing. I think maybe I will do YouTube videos again, because now I have the free time to do it. I always had free time to do it, but I was always just spending that time with friends. I just think that right now I really need to rewind my life, reverse it, fix it, because I broke it. I really fucked up my life. I'm completely lost. And I just don't know where to go from here. I need to get better. I need to get up. I need to do something. So it's driving me crazy. And I can't believe I'm actually saying these words because I thought I would never say them again. I was always in the dark and just always afraid, which technically I'm in the dark now, but it's a scary... Life is scary. Life is scary, and I'm not gonna fucking sugarcoat it because life is difficult. Does life get better? Yeah, for some people it does. But to be realistic, it doesn't get better unless if we all play our part. We have to find a way to progress forward, and we understand that life is scary. Life is a tragedy. Life has its issues and it has its ups and downs and things like that. But I would say that maybe... And I can't believe I'm saying this. Maybe life is just better if you are in motion. If you're constantly moving from place to place. Whether what you're doing is repetitive, switch it up. If you know that there's an issue, change it. If you know that there's something out there, change it. You know, the world is a scary place. It's easier said than done for people who are agoraphobic and stay at home all the time to just walk outside. I felt like I had a problem and that I just walked right into another. I honestly thought maybe I just got into love real quick. I didn't really, like, literally, I was in the healing process. I just came out. And the thing is that I allowed myself to fall in love too quickly without really just easing my way into it. But me being young and dumb, you know, obviously I don't know that. But it's a life experience and this is a lesson that I've learned. Can I fix the current relationship that I'm in? Maybe. It just depends on how the conversation goes. I feel like as time progresses, I'm getting more confident and ready to have that talk and just see where it goes. And you know, I just want to be the very best that no one ever was. No, I'm playing. Anyways, Christmas is around the corner. Unfortunately, I'm not really celebrating it. I got all my Christmas presents already. Um, I'm just constantly, um, I'm now, I'm pretty much just going to be spending time at home. I will be on Skype probably with my mother, maybe my brother, maybe if I have any friends that are going to be available and not with like family or friends. Um, I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know what I'm going to do. I just know that I'm just going to do something. It's going to be a very lonely Christmas. It's going to be very lonely holidays in general. It's a lonely Thanksgiving. It's kind of a very bad Thanksgiving. I was extremely depressed. And then on top of that, I lost like 3 really good friends that day, and that really fucked me up even more because I was depressed enough as it is, and it's just whatever, you know, and but that's my fucking fault. I didn't say anything to them. I couldn't do any of that. They already had their opinions on me. I had to leave. Well, actually, they had to leave me. Um, uh, Pretty much now, what I have to do now is I know what I have to do. I just have to work up the courage to get it, to do it, and to see where life can take me. I have to learn to be more open. I have to learn to talk more. I have to learn how to be more of an approachable person. I feel like I can give people advice, but I really can't take it. I hear people's words, but do I act upon it? No. I feel like I'm a hypocrite, and I know I'm a hypocrite, and I know that I have a lot of issues and a lot of things I need to work out. I feel as though that I have matured a little bit, yet also started to be immature at the same time. I had a work ethic. I had a work ethic. I had, you know, I had motivation. I had strength. I had, you know, just positivity on my side, and it was great to have that. And I feel like now I lost it, and I have to find a way to find it again. It's difficult because in the Declaration of Independence, they say the pursuit of happiness. And literally, happiness is something that needs to be pursued. You need to pursue it. And if you can't find it, you have to keep trying until you do. There are people out there in the world. It's very difficult to talk to random people, especially with this internet age and just this digital age. I feel like I have more better time talking to friends on Skype than it is than talking to myself. I mean, than like going out myself and actually meeting an actual live person. I feel like if I met more people online and that were in my area, which is nothing, nobody's here, and then I have to talk to them and things like that, that's great. It's great, but it's really kind of hard to find somebody who's just on the same level as you. And I don't mean that like in terms of intelligence or anything like that. I just mean a person who has common interests as you, a person who's just a bit different, that you guys can learn things from each other, but yet you guys are on the same wavelength, you guys understand each other, things like that. That's what I need. Um, And I feel as though that's difficult to find, especially in my area. But then again, what do I know if I never tried? I need to get better at life. I need to, and I would really like to thank all my friends that I currently speak to for really just listening to me vent. That's what I needed. I needed vent. The the willingness to that you guys were there and that you guys were willing to listen and things like that. That's great. To my other friends that I used to have that our paths have kind of broken, I apologize for that. I really have nothing bad to say to anybody. I feel like the majority of this is my fault. I know it's my fault. I just was too sensitive. I was just too cold. I was too in my own world. And I just didn't really focus on anybody else. I tried my hardest to be a good friend. I always tried my hardest to be a good friend. Sometimes you just fuck up. Sometimes your negativity gets the best of you, and you don't know what to say, you don't know what to do. But moving on feels right now. I just feel like the less time I spend on the computer, the more time that I have to face the world, and the more times I can learn lessons from people and to do stuff. I hope that I can do this. I want to say that I know I can do this because I've done it before. It just will take me a while. Doing a video every day is very difficult. It's a very, very difficult thing. Even if you have all the time in the world, it's still a very difficult thing. There's just days where you're just lazy, you don't feel like doing it, and there's just everything. I know my videos lately have been extremely long. I'm just trying to be as real as possible before I start doing the whole editing and everything. I just want to be able to be, I want to be able to get all these thoughts out, and they all require a long process and a long time. And if you guys have been watching these videos in their entirety, I thank you guys very much for putting up with the bullshit and putting up with my issues and things. I know I haven't done a video in a while except for like unboxing videos, things like that. But like I said in the last video, it's because I was really ashamed of what I became. I think that the support that I have with the friends I currently have is very strong. And music literally are like the two biggest strengths that I have, and I have to really thank everybody who's really, been there. Strangers who I don't know in real life, but are willing to talk to me and speak to me, and we all have different backgrounds and different ways and different points of views, and I love the world in that aspect. I love the fact that we all have our different views and our different ways, but yet there's times where we can be so in sync together that literally the world just somehow unifies because there's always that one thing that is a connection between everybody. It's so weird. I just love how the world works. But here I am sitting in this room talking to this camera in sepia and just trying to I'm trying to stay positive, and I hope one day I can keep being positive, and I hope one day I can just make whoever out there, like my main goal with the 2010 thing was that I wanted the 2020 to be different. I wanted to be a completely different person than I was in 2010. I wanted to be a more positive person. I wanted to be a more outgoing person. I wanted to be a more good-looking person. I wanted to be a more successful person. I wanted to be a more loving person. And I felt like I just halted still for like 2 years. And I feel like I just wasted my time and I wasted everybody else's time, and I don't want to do that again. So me, William Sosa, I want to let you guys know that I love you guys and I wish you the best of luck in the world. Peace out.